Right, there we go. There's the sound. Welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Kieran, and welcome to another Manchester United review. Today, we are reviewing the Manchester United versus Huddersfield Town game, which has ended 2-0 to the mighty Reds, thanks to goals from Romelu Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez on his home debut, no less. Today, we're just going to be reviewing the match with you guys. So if you are watching, please do leave a like on the stream. Welcome, DLM75. Welcome, Brotherhood Gaming. Says, hi, mate. Do you reckon we should have signed Van La Parra? He looks world class. To be fair, mate, apart from diving, he did nothing today. So I don't know where he got that from. But I think our signings, if you want to see what you thought on what I thought on the January transfer window, then go check out the other video on the channel, the midweek debate, all about the January transfer window and reviewing it, basically. Please do leave a like if you are here, if you haven't already as well, and also go check out the preview for this game and see if I got my prediction right. But yeah, so obviously Manchester United win this game 2-0 in a very decent performance, I thought, all round. I thought that, you know, it started off with a team selection, really. Very, very surprising to drop Pogba and Martial from the midweek game against Spurs. Both players didn't have the greatest performances against Spurs, but I thought it was very, very surprised to see such high-profile players get dropped from the team. And in the first half, we were definitely all over them. They were just sort of holding out, defending, weren't kind of attacking that much. A massive penalty shout when one of their defenders, there was Congolo, sort of leaped into Scott McTominay and basically flattened him, and it wasn't a great day for him. It was really targeted by them for a lot of fouls, actually, and it was in the penalty box and not a penalty was given. But if you later look at the video, it was ridiculous how a penalty was not given there. But ultimately, you know, that was the first half. The best chance was really Jesse Lingard forcing a great save from their keeper Lossell. Also, Sanchez had a very good chance as well. Save again. The keeper was looking very good, and it was looking like another one of those draws we had last season where we'd be absolutely hounding at their doors, and then their keeper was just keeping us out. But the second half, earlier in the second half, a nice little move by United. Matic plays out to the left-hand side for Juan Mata, who puts in an inch perfect cross to the main man, Romelu Lukaku, to score his 19th goal for the season in all competitions for Manchester United. And he's doing really well under the radar, really. A lot of the media not too impressed with him. But actually, he's doing very, very well, even if it is just scoring against the smaller teams. Welcome, DLM75, and no problem for the fan cam, mate. I enjoy doing them every single time. So yeah, I would love to do another one whenever you want me. Just hit me up. But yeah, obviously, that Lukaku got the goal to make it 1-0 and break through the Huddersfield resistance. And then about 10 minutes later, Alexis Sanchez, who was really involved with a lot of the play going forward throughout the whole game, won the penalty just inside the box. Clear penalty. Defender makes a clumsy challenge, put his leg through Alexis Sanchez's leg, stops him, and it's a penalty. And then Sanchez steps up for his first goal in a debut, in his home debut, and misses. But it's fine because he scored the rebound to make it 2-0 and his first goal in a Manchester United shirt. That was what all the Man United fans were waiting for and hungry to see. And it was just, yeah, it was just brilliant to see Alexis Sanchez Alexis Sanchez getting the goal and getting his first goal, and hopefully that'll be the first of many, and it'll sort of, you know, it'll just break the deadlock really for Alexis Sanchez. Hopefully he'll go on to get more. For me, he was definitely my man of the match today. I thought he was all over the place, making things happen, doing things which Alexis Sanchez has been famous for doing at Arsenal, and it was just an absolutely fantastic performance from him, and I thought he deservedly got the man of the match. We also brought on Pogba and Martial in the 60th and 70th minutes respectively, and they played their part and nearly got a goal themselves, but they were looking very, very bright when they came on as well. And so a 2-0 win overall, very, very solid. When I'm ending the stream, I'm not sure, pal, when I'm ending the stream, I'll probably continue for a bit more. I think I'll probably keep going for about I don't know, maybe I'll probably do half an hour. I don't know. I honestly don't know, mate. It just depends how many people actually come and watch it and things like that, and see how many people are commenting in that. But yeah, if you are watching, please do leave a comment down below who you thought was your man of the match in today's game, and any thoughts you had on the game as well. And also leave a like if you haven't already. But yeah, I was just very happy, very impressed. Welcome, Curry, me buddy. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I was just very impressed, very happy with the performance overall. I thought it wasn't the thrashing that I was hoping for. I wasn't the really big beating that I was hoping for. But I remember I was talking to I think it was Rodney Cyrus from the United Stand, or connected with the United Stand, and he said that it probably was going to be a bit of a closer game, and I did agree. I think he was right if we look at the scoreline, because it was 2-0, and I think the players, though, did play much better than they did when we were playing Huddersfield. Obviously, it was a different part of the season, but it was good to get revenge on them, get the win, and hopefully, if all goes well tomorrow, because obviously Spurs are playing Tottenham. Spurs are playing Liverpool. Sorry. We will gain points on. Someone. So yeah. We will gain points on either one of those teams. It will be very good. Also, Man City drawing, gaining points, cutting the gap to 13. So, not bad. Thanks for the share, DLM75. Appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it. Curry Buddy says, got to go, but I've dropped a like. And I agree, Sanchez is what we need. Maybe another midfielder and perhaps right winger if he doesn't play Sanchez. If he doesn't play Sanchez there. Yeah, I think Sanchez was, I think Sanchez was just so good today. I think he really does add something to the team. He just really, he's just one of those players who he just gets busy, he gets down and dirty, does the dirty work, and if he tries to make stuff happen, and even if it doesn't come off, he's always coming up with great little ideas, and if it doesn't come off, he's always trying to get it back, always hunting to get it back, and that's what we need, a player with desire going forward and the skillfulness to make things happen. So yeah, and I do kind of agree that possibly another midfielder would be decent. I think our midfield, especially against Spurs, was being completely dominated and overrun, and we shouldn't be able to do that. It's yeah, I think another midfielder would be decent. Obviously, Match is just kind of a signing which is kind of just for now, if you know what I mean. But in the future, we need someone to come in there and take his place. So someone like Fabinho would not be too bad. DLM75 says, Kieran, do you want a new studio? If you want to design me a new studio, my friend, then I'd be all for having a look at it and seeing if I could put it in. I'd be very excited. I really appreciate if you wanted to do that, and I appreciate your work. Welcome, Matthew. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We're running off 10 FPS, so I apologise for that. He says Stuart Atwell is blind. Yeah, I mean, that penalty shout was ridiculous. I don't understand how it wasn't given a penalty. It was basically a body slam you were seeing something like WWE. So, yeah, it was pretty ridiculous in that way. But, it was alright in the end. I think it was alright in the end. And, obviously, that didn't come back to haunt us. We did win the game still. But McTominay did seem to be targeted to a lot of fouls. He says, DLM75 says, you want one like Zach's. I mean, I kind of like what I've got now. So if you could make it similar to this, but maybe spruce it up a bit, that'd be great. But yeah, if I wanted to, obviously it's your work, so you can do whatever you want, and I'll be grateful for whatever you submit, because it'd be absolutely fantastic, and I really appreciate, my subscribers doing little things like that for me. I appreciate it. But yeah, obviously, we do move 13 points closer to Man City, and we do move 6 points clear of Liverpool, and we are now 9 points clear of Chelsea as well, and 8 points clear of Spurs as it stands, so putting a bit of pressure on them as well, which is good. And if it stayed similar to this, then our second place spot would be absolutely brilliant. I think we can all agree the title has gone for United. Yeah, no, sorry, I was just checking. I think we can all agree that the title has gone for United. I think, it's just about consolidating that second place spot and hopefully having some good runs in the remaining 2 competitions that we're in. hopefully that can happen. Matthew said the tile is still on. The tile is still on, apparently, Matthew says. I mean, I think it's a bit... I think you've got a lot of hope there, but I don't think it is, to be honest. 13 points is a very, very big gap. But I don't see Man City dropping that many points, so... unless there's get a few injuries, of course. Matthew says, hopefully Liverpool and Spurs draw. Yeah, that'd be decent. You know, that'd be a decent result. I would mean we'd be 5 points off Liverpool in second place. And it does seem like the form we showed at the start of the season is really helping us now, even when we are dropping points. I mean, if you think about it, we drew 3 games in a row, and we're still in second place, and 5 points or 6 points ahead of Liverpool, which is very, very tasty indeed. DLM75 says, you know, love the positive thinking. He says, I'll think about it. What can I, what I can do, what my colours. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I mean, I think red would be nice, obviously being a Manchester United channel. To be honest, mate, also, I am looking for a new kind of green screen background, because this is nice and all, but I want something kind of personalised to me. So if you wanted to make like a green screen background which is like personalised to me, that'd be absolutely brilliant, and I could put it in the background, because I do like the fact that I'm behind, you know, like a you know, the kind of post-match interview thing. But I would really like if I had kind of like a personalised background. That'd be absolutely brilliant. So I mean, that's an idea for you if you want to do that. But it's just a very, very good result on the end of the day. Next game is obviously away to Newcastle. Another game which we'll need to win. I think, you know, it's just we need to focus on ourselves. We need to keep winning games. Keep, you know, playing as well as we are. And we've started February very, very well with a win. Hopefully we can continue this form. Hopefully we can build another sort of run like we did in January. And just let the good times roll, really. Let the good times roll. Because we are playing really well. And the thing is that a lot of Manchester United fans are being very, very negative. I've seen a few people saying Jose Mourinho out as well, when we're in second place and our points tally is, well, pretty ridiculous if you look at it. You know, some absolutely fantastic compared to other seasons in the Premier League. So, I mean, to say that Jose Mourinho out is ridiculous. Yeah, kind of similar to the United stand, although I don't want it like to be kind of copied, but kind of similar thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that'd be just your work, mate. Anything you think of, you know, I don't mind. I just appreciate your work, really. But yeah, anything you can come up with. Ideally something like that. But yeah, just put your own spin on it. Put your own spin on it. And yeah, if you want to go subscribe to DLM's channel as well, his link will be in the description down below, along with all of the other Manchester United fan channels and channels I rate on YouTube. Go check them all out, a fantastic community of channels. But it was just a great performance. Obviously, the debacle with Marouane Fellaini, obviously possibly signing a new contract with Manchester United. It does seem that Jose Mourinho really wants him to stay at Manchester United. And it'll be interesting to see how that kind of develops. Welcome, Cheese, buddy. Welcome to the stream. It'll be very interesting to see how the Fellaini thing develops, really. And how... you know, will he not sign a contract with Manchester United? And would you guys like to see Marouane Fellaini stay on for Manchester United? DLM75 says he feels sorry for Martial. Yeah, I think obviously Alexis Sanchez does seem to be kind of taking his place in the team, and Martial was on such tremendous form coming in to that Spurs game, and I really thought he was going to score in that Spurs game as well, but it wasn't meant to be for Martial. But I thought that when he did come on today, he did show a few patches of very, very good play, and I think he's one of those young players who will definitely flourish in the future and become a very, very good player, maybe even one of the best players in the world. But you know, we're lucky enough to be living and hopefully be able to we'll be able to see that happen over time. yeah, I do hope he becomes a very, very good player. Obviously, I want to also talk to you about Scott McTominay's performance and get your thoughts on how you think Scott McTominay is doing in a Manchester United shirt when he does play. Obviously, Jose Mourinho does seem to really favour McTominay playing in the Manchester United shirt. And he has come up from the youth team, so it's another youth product which Manchester United have seemingly produced. And I think in some ways, he does look very, very accomplished in that midfield role. I think he's definitely growing into the first team. And, you know, I think obviously today he was subject to a lot of fouls and things like that, especially that penalty shout, which I don't know how it wasn't given. But he was subject to a lot of fouls, a lot of, you know, aggression from the other players. But yeah, I thought, as you say, Tubes, I thought he did well today. I thought he really did cope and with Huddersfield very well. He sort of made good passes, controlled the midfield, made interceptions, and it'll be good to see him get into a team as well. And it just seems we've got a lot of, you know, we've got a lot of, you know, I think we've got a lot of young talent coming through and a lot of young talent waiting to come through as well. So very, very exciting times for Manchester United youth talent as well. But yeah, I think, you know, it's a very, very good performance today from McTominay, and hopefully he can continue growing, because the more game time he gets at first team level, the better. The more game time when he's younger as well, because when he gets a bit older, he can be in our first 11 and he'll already have that experience. Tube said if he had a more exotic name, Man United fans wouldn't cheer on him so much. Yeah, I do agree. I think if he was like a Brazilian or an Italian, probably. You know, I think he would be lauded. I think he would be. People would say he's an absolutely fantastic midfielder, but he's still very, very young. He'll definitely keep growing as a Manchester United player, and I do really hope that he keeps growing as well. Please leave a like, guys, if you haven't already on the stream. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I also want to talk about the fact that it was the 60th anniversary of the Munich air disaster, where unfortunately and sadly a lot of Manchester United greats lost their lives in an air tragedy. And you know, the reception and the fans at the game today paid their respects absolutely beautifully. And you know, I do commend Manchester United as the club for really handling it very, very well. And yeah, rest in peace those guys. And you know, I think the team did them justice today. And yeah, as you said, the tribute was very, very good. And yeah, it was just a good game all round, really. Matthew Cole says, keep growing, he's already 6'4" already. Yeah, Scott McTominay. Oh yeah, he is already 6'4", about my height actually. I don't know, I haven't actually measured myself. I might actually do that after the stream. But anyway, yeah, no, I mean, you don't want it to keep growing, he's massive. But you know what I mean, growing into his team, growing into the team, you know what I mean. But yeah, it was a very, very nice tribute from the boys to honour the Busby Babes. And yeah, it was good to get a win as well. Good to get a win. And yeah, Newcastle is the next game for us. I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, Newcastle aren't in a great run of form, and I will be previewing that game when it happens, but I'm very much looking forward to it, and we really need to make sure we just continue this run of form, because ultimately in seasons it's all about building up momentum, building up runs of form, and that's what we need to do. So, a very, very good win today, and I was very, very impressed with that. Tube says, I think some Man United fans will say Jose out regardless of what he does now. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. I mean, one game against Spurs, and everyone's saying Jose out, and, you know, some of the comments on Twitter are ridiculous, saying that his style of football's wrong and all that, and I just think, look where we are in the table. You know, do they even look at the table? Do they even watch the games? Because do they just see the result and go Jose out? It's ridiculous. Like, I was very, very, you know, angry after that game. The performance was very, very weak, and I was very, very angry and annoyed at the players. But I didn't mean, you know, Jose out. I didn't say Jose out at all. Jose Mourinho is the best man for the job. I don't care if you think Ancelotti or, you know, Simeone, Pep Guardiola, anyone you throw at me. Jose Mourinho knows what it means to be at a big club. He's been waiting for this challenge for ages, and trust me, he is handling it very, very well. So I don't know why any of the fans are saying Jose Mourinho out. I just don't get it. Tubes also says, I wanted Martial and Pogba to start, but the meltdown by some United fans surrounding it was like Pogba FC rather than Man United FC. That's a great point. It's a great point, Tubes. You know, this is Manchester United Football Club, not Paul Pogba FC or Anthony Martial FC. Don't get me wrong. I love those players. I love those players. They're brilliant, brilliant players. But ultimately, if they're not performing well, or they're not following instructions, or they're defying authority, then, you know, it's up to the manager to deal with that. And if he thinks dropping them from the team is how to deal with it, then I don't mind. Obviously, it's against Huddersfield. It wasn't like we dropped him. It wasn't like we were playing Real Madrid and we dropped him. We were playing Huddersfield. Come on. And it was just ridiculous how, you know, a lot of Man United fans reacted to that pretty badly. And I didn't get it, to be honest. But there we go. I do think that some Man United fans, I don't want to attack Man United fans, but, you know, they are some of them are pretty fickle. I think some of the fans are too used to success. I mean, I've been watching Man United since 2008. Don't get me wrong. There has been a lot of success. I've witnessed Man United win a Champions League, which a lot of fans my age can't say they have. But I have witnessed Manchester United lift a Champions League trophy. That was 10 years ago. And, you know, in that period of time, we've enjoyed a lot of success. But I think there's a lot of Manchester United fans who feel we are entitled to success. And I think that we're not. You have to work hard for it. And in the end of the day, Jose Mourinho is doing an absolutely fantastic job. And I'm over the moon. Because I think you guys who are watching can agree. You know, when we were watching David Moyes and Louis van Gaal, this football we're seeing now is 10 times better than that. And for people still to be ungrateful and say Jose out is ridiculous. But I don't want to put a negative spin on things. But that's just my thoughts on it. Tube says, fully agree, mate. A lot of hypocrites. Yeah, 100%. 100%, my friend. 100%. But, you know, that's what can you do? Everyone's entitled to an opinion. And I'm not saying you can't have an opinion. Everyone's entitled to one. But I just don't agree with it at this stage. But yeah, also, guys, want to hear your man of the matches as well in the live chat. Who did you think was the best performer for Manchester United? And obviously, for me, I thought man of the match was Alexis Sanchez. He was just everywhere for me. Always trying to make things happen. Always trying to get involved. Make little chips over the, over the back line. Always trying to link up the play with the strikers. Looked very, very threatening going forward. And that's what you really need from a player. And I think that was one of the last pieces of this attacking jigsaw that we needed. Because, you know, you've got, you know, the attacking talent of Lukaku, Martial, Rashford, Lingard, all them. But you need a player who's going to be willing to run around, make things happen. And I think Alexis Sanchez is that player for me. So I'm very, very happy that he's doing that. And I thought today he had an absolute fantastic performance, especially getting a goal on his home debut. So yeah, very, very good for him. That was my man of the match. Get your thoughts on the man of the match in the live chat. And also, if you are watching this as a video, get your thoughts in the live chat in the comment section down below. And I'll read all of your comments. Chooses with 13 points off City, that's bad, but Real Madrid are 4th and 18 points off Barca. I mean, here's the thing, Tubes, I'm not sure what you think, but for me, I think we're still having a fantastic season this season in terms of the league. Now, obviously, City are so far ahead, but the problem is, for me, is that we keep comparing ourselves to City. And yes, you want to compare yourself to your rivals, but then again, if you actually look at ourselves in isolation with other Premier League years, we're absolutely killing it. We're absolutely killing it. And I think, for me, this is why a few Man United fans are a bit annoyed, because they compare ourselves so much to Man City and say, oh yeah, we're so far off City. But really, Man City are having a freak season. Let's not beat around the bush. You know, I'm not gonna, I hate to say it, but they're playing absolutely unreal. They're just not losing. They've lost one game all season. Ridiculous. But for me, I think we need to stop kind of comparing ourselves to Man City this much this season and sort of focus on how well we're doing, the amount of points we have. I mean, we're currently sitting 6 points in front of Liverpool and in second place. I mean, if you said this to me at the start of this season, you said by this time we'll be sitting second, 6 points. We were sitting 6 points in front of Liverpool in second place. I'd be pretty happy. Obviously, I want to be up there winning the title, and every Man United fan does want to be up there winning the title. But this season we're still doing very, very well. Tube says man of the match is Sanchez. Yeah, I totally agree. He also says the league campaign has been pretty good. If we were 6 points off City, it would feel much more like a title race. Yeah. You know, it was annoying because at the start of the season we were playing really well, City were playing really well, and it was really kind of, you know, building up to that game at the Manchester derby. Just imagine how differently things were. You know, how differently you know, things would have been if we had beaten Man City. 5 points the gap would have been, and the title race would have been well and truly on. And you know, unfortunately, they did win, and that was kind of the start of their gap over us, really. So, it's unfortunate, but we had to move on from that, and we just have to hope that we absolutely slap them at the Etihad. Tube says second place in quarterfinals of the Champions League and the FA Cup would be great at this stage. I would definitely take that. Another trophy to add to the trophy cabinet. Obviously, levelling with Arsenal as well would be absolutely fantastic. And just... yeah, and also the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Who knows with this team, depending on what form we go in to that Sevilla game, we could definitely be, you know, going through to the semi-finals properly. You know, I think as you said, the semi-finals is definitely achievable. We just need to make sure we get good draws, and we just need to play out of our skin, and I think we can do that. We can definitely do that. It's going to be really exciting being in the knockout stages of the Champions League, playing high-level opposition. And I'm just going to be very, very excited because we haven't had this feeling for ages. The last time we've been in the kind of knockout stages of the Champions League was in, I think it was the David Moyes season in 2013-14, so, you know, that's like, you know, 3 or 4 years ago that we've been in that situation. So, again, very, very decent to be in this situation. It would be very, very good to get a very high opposition, have a great cup tie, and go out in the semi-finals. I would not mind that. I'm not sure what our chances are of winning the whole thing. I'd really love it if we could just prove a few people wrong, but I don't know. It's going to be exciting to see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. The Champions League, you know, knockout stages will be back in a few weeks' time. I think, obviously, not next week, but the week after we do play Sevilla, and it's going to be electric. Away from home, we need to make sure we get the goals. But again, I will be doing a preview for that as it comes. Tube says Josie and the team need to go up a gear. A big result possibly against Chelsea at Old Trafford in a few weeks could be the great injection the rest of the season. Yeah, as I said, that's why I was really hoping that we could beat Spurs or beat another high-level team, because our record against them have not been very good, especially away from home. So, yeah, I was just hoping that we could, you know, beat one of these big teams. And you know, it does look like we could. It does look like we could. And a win against Chelsea, obviously with Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte, it'd be absolutely superb if we could do that. Getting revenge again for what happened at Stamford Bridge. And also, I think if we beat Man City at the Etihad, that'd be absolutely superb. That would make my season for me, because we haven't done that since 2013, would you believe, when Robin van Persie scored in his first season with Manchester United. So it's going to be an interesting one, no doubt about it. Please do leave a like, guys, if you haven't already. I am going to end the stream here, guys. I think it's been an absolutely fantastic review of the game. As it says there, Alexis Sanchez stars in United win, getting his first goal in a United shirt on his home debut. If you are watching, please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. 2-0 today against Huddersfield. Brilliant result for the boys. Let's march on to Newcastle next Saturday and put in a brilliant performance. Keep this form going, and yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please do leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next